Every thought in your mind, everything you consume, everything you hear, the people you hang around, every single detail of everything in your life, whether you like it or not, I do not care, has a bigger impact on you than you think, has a bigger impact on you than you can even imagine. This is why watching what you consume and watching what time you're consuming the thing you're consuming is important. And according to research, you're more susceptible to things influencing you first thing in the morning and before you sleep. That's why, especially watching things and consuming things during these periods of time is so vital to your mind. It's so important because if you think about it, even on just a normal level, not even on a subconscious level, but the things that we go through during the day, the things that we experience, the things that happen to us in our life or happen for us in our lives, they impact us because even on a subconscious level, we dream about the things that happen to us. We dream about the events that happen to us because these are events that are implanted into your mind subconsciously, and your brain just keeps going through them in your sleep, right? And you don't have to necessarily think about, oh, well, I got to watch what I consume before bed. You can also take advantage of this. You can consume positive things before bed. You can consume interesting things before bed. And you'll be surprised with how many times I've gone to sleep consuming something productive, consuming something that actually just interests me mentally and has a good impact on me. And the ideas that spring to life throughout my sleep. I'll wake up during sleep and I'll see that, oh, what? I just had this idea. Let me write this down. I'm half asleep writing it down, but it's an idea that's come to my mind. So why not write it down? Why not take advantage of that feature and keep consuming positive things that are going to positively impact your life and positively impact your sleep, and not consume fear-based shit or not consume shit that's going to be bullshit for your mind and going to have a negative impact on you. Anyways, I know you might be watching what you put into your body physically, like the food you eat, the food you're eating, etc., and the things that you're drinking, but I believe that what you're putting into your mind is even more important than that. And obviously we know that alcohol can be bad for you if consumed excessively. We know fast food and processed food is going to be bad for you if consumed excessively. You know, if you have McDonald's once, personally I don't eat fast food, but if you have McDonald's once every month or once every 2 months, you're going to be fine. But if you're consuming that every single day, it's obviously going to be bad for you. So what makes your mental diet any different to your physical diet, right? It's the same thing, bro. It's the same exact thing, right? Your mental diet is as important, if not even more important than your physical diet. So when you're putting garbage into your mind, what are you getting out? You're obviously getting out garbage. The shit that you talk, the shit that you spew into the world is going to be garbage, right? So this is why like short form content and, you know, doom scrolling content is bullshit. Right? Because you scroll. You don't know what video is going to come next. You don't know what you're watching next. You don't know the thing that pops up on your screen next. It could be something that triggers you. It could be something that rage baits you. It could be something that pisses you off. And then it lowers your vibration. Realistically, you shouldn't be letting things external of yourself affect your mood, affect your attitude, affect your vibration, because that means that external things have control over you. But when you're constantly consuming bullshit and you're scrolling and you don't know what comes next on your feed, then, and I get that's the dopamine part of it. You don't know what comes next, so you want to keep scrolling to see if it's something funny or not. But if you keep consuming that, it's going to lower your vibration because you're just consuming shit that might rage bait you, might put you in a state of fear or a state of anger because the shit you're consuming is pissing you off, or the shit you're consuming is scaring you. But I digress, right? Because that is only one aspect of the whole thing, right? Another side of the mental diet and, you know, what you're putting into your mind and what you're feeding your mind is watching your thoughts and watching which thoughts you entertain. And I guess these two come hand in hand. Like, because what you consume can impact your thoughts, right? And this is why doing things like practicing meditation is so important. And when I say meditate, bro, people think like you're a monk, you need to sit in a room and you need to like avoid everyone for the next 3 days. Bro, meditation can be as simple as something just sitting there for 5 to 10 minutes and literally watching your thoughts come and go. Once that thought pops up, you catch that thought, you realize, oh, this thought came into my mind. I don't need to be thinking this. Let it go. It's just observing your thoughts as they come and letting them go once you have that thought. That's how simple meditation is. People think it's so advanced, or I need to be like this or I need to be like that to meditate. But that's why meditation is so important, because it helps you raise your vibration. It helps you raise your awareness of yourself, of your thoughts, right? That's why even 5 to 10 minutes a day, you should be meditating every day, 5 to 10 minutes. It's not that hard, bro. You could be even just, I don't know, bro, when I'm working, like half the time I'm sitting at a door, like allowing people entry into the venue. And there'll be periods of time for 5 to 10 minutes where people don't even walk in. So there, I just lock in. I meditate a little bit. You know what I mean? I just try and sit with a clear mind. No thoughts. If a thought pops up, I observe that thought and I let it go. And that's all I do. And that's all it is. It's not something difficult, but it's something that, you know, is so simple, but can help you so much, right? So the overall goal is to put yourself in a higher vibration and to keep yourself vibrating at a higher frequency, to stay in a higher emotional state. Things like joy, peace, acceptance, because these emotions and these feelings, right, help you just live a better life in general, right? Because ideally, we don't want anyone outside of ourselves to have control over our emotional state, right? If they have control over our emotional state, they can control us. And this is the worst spot to be in, right? Think of like a manipulative like boyfriend or girlfriend. Say you're a guy and you're with a girl and she controls your emotions. I feel like this is more of a guy thing leading to a girl. So we'll use the other example. So say you're a girl and you're dating a guy. He essentially love bombs you, as they call it. He'll, you know, tell you, oh my goodness, you're this, you're that, you're so beautiful, you're like all of these compliments. And then he'll step back, he'll take it away, he'll take a step back and he'll stop doing that. And then now you feel sad because you're not getting all of those, you know, those nice emotions that you felt before from that person, right? And a lot of your validation came externally from that person. So once they take it away, now you feel some type of way about yourself. You're like, damn, am I not worthy now? Am I not good enough because this person's not complimenting me or this person's not saying everything? You know what I mean? And so people can do those certain type of things and take that feeling away from you. And therefore they have a level of control over you. They have a level of control over your emotions. They have a level of control of how you feel about yourself. And that's probably the worst spot to be in as a person. You don't want to be in that state, right? And to digress once again, the way we create our ideal reality is through being in a higher vibrational state and remaining a higher vibrational being, right? And this is why I put a heavy emphasis on not forcing things in life. If something is meant to be, it will be. But once you start swimming against the current, once you start forcing things, you start resenting things, which automatically puts you in a low vibrational state. Think about the office dude that hates his job or hates his life because he doesn't want to sit in an office all day and he wanted to become a rapper or some shit. I don't know. I'm making shit up, right? But think about that sort of thing. He hates his life, so therefore he's constantly in a low vibrational state. He goes to work. He hates his job. He's pissed off. He goes home. It takes him like 30 minutes to an hour to commute home. He hates sitting in traffic. He hates, you know, the people he works with at work. He barely likes his wife because she just nags him and pisses him off. Like, bro, this is how a lot of people live. And this should not be the goal for you, bro. Because this just constantly puts you in a low vibration, and you're just constantly in a bad cycle and you're just cooked. Like, you just can't do anything about it once you've, you know, established a position that you don't want to be with because you've settled for less. Okay? So that's why I say that your North Compass should be whatever is fun and whatever brings you fulfillment in life, right? If you're not living your life like that, if you're not living a life that you love, you're probably living out your life for other people and how they want you to live, right? And that's most likely not a life that you even want to live. And so many people live like that. And this is something that is known as mimetic desire, wanting something because someone else wants that thing, right? Researcher. It's wanting things that other people have told you want, or wanting things because other people want those things, right? And because we're humans are so socially programmed by other people and their wants and what they want out of life, that we can pick up their desires, their wants, and we want what they want by default because we want approval from the crowd. So overall, you must watch where you consume. You must spend the most, you have to watch who you spend the most time with and reflect on how these things are impacting you, right? If it's a net negative and it's actually not worth your time, then don't do it. And you should be asking yourself, should I be doing this? Is this a net negative? Is hanging around this person actually worth it, right? Is there purpose to it? Is there purpose to doing this thing? Or is it taking me away from my desired reality? Because at the end of the day, you can't have both, right? You can't be feeding BS to your mind, right? And just consuming bullshit and hanging around with bullshit people and leveling up and working towards your goal. You can't have both. They don't come hand in hand, right? So you either lock in or you lock out and you just say, okay, I don't want this for my life. I'm actually bullshitting myself, right? And it's not rocket science. And at the end of the day, it just takes a level of self-awareness and self-reflection to, first of all, understand thyself, know who you are as a person, right? Understand who you are internally and to see how your life is going and asking yourself, is this the life that I actually want to live? And that's where obviously meditation comes in. Like I said before, just that reflection, that understanding, that ability to pick up the thoughts that you don't need. And finally, because people are stuck in a cycle of perpetual negativity because they hate their life, they hate their girl, they hate themselves, they hate everything about themselves, they hate the constant cycle that they're stuck in. It only works to drag you down. People just want to constantly drag you down. That's why you have to be so cautious of the people you're hanging around, the people that the things that they're saying, how that influences your life. If they're negative, is that worth hanging around a negative person? Definitely not. If what they consume is negative and filling your mind with negative bullshit, is that helping your life? Definitely not. If what you're consuming on your phone is negative, what can you do to stay away from that so you can actually have a positive life, right? Whatever you put into life is going to be reflected back into you. If you're putting positivity out there, positive shit will be reflected back into you. If you're treating people like shit, if you're treating yourself like shit, by eating bad shit, by consuming negative shit, your whole life is going to be shit. And that's how it's going to play out, right? So watch what you consume, because what you consume becomes you.